This is one of those weird matches where two PPC players and two masters are on one team. And you've got weird picks on the other side and default loadouts and some questionable, loadout points like this one. Why would you ever run this on Khan? Or this one, which is absolutely worthless on Maldamba and does nothing for you at all. This heals you for 60 over 4 seconds, which is basically nothing. So don't run Ritual Magic, it's a bad card. Actually, don't play Maldamba, he doesn't win his games. If you're just looking for fun, yes, he is fun, but he doesn't win his games. Also, there are way too many wrong things with the loadout, like for example Swift Spirits. It's not a bad card, it's just that when is Victor going to be moving? He's just going to be sitting around right there and trying to dodge some shots. That's all this is going to help him with, dodging some shots, but it's not going to be all that good because it's going to be affected by diminishing returns. Don't forget that he already has this card applied to him. So this isn't going to give you value, and on a vertical mobility champion, cards like this don't even activate. They don't do anything. So who are you buffing the speed of? Khan? Terminus? Even picking Terminus on Splitstone Quarry is questionable. Because, look at this, if I'm Terminus and standing right here, I'm gonna be siphoning the damage that's coming from Furia and Corvus, while Andrew's gonna be, poking at me from the right side because he's currently going to be the damage champion on the other team. And if anyone comes right side, I'm forced to, rotate my siphon a bit. You don't play Terminus on Splitstone Quarry, especially not against Inara, who will just bully you. Don't pick Terminus here. As bad as Barik is right now, pick him on Splitstone Quarry instead of Terminus, especially against such a composition. Now, there is a reason that Corvus is running Spreading Influence, and that's the fact that he's in a double flanker composition. This is the talent you would go for, but you need to have Shadow Tribunal at 5 with it. And by the way, New Resolve doesn't work. If you try to apply this shield while you're trying to use Spreading Influence, the target that you're trying to shield needs you to cycle that mark 3 times in a row just to get back to them and give them the 50 shield, which is basically nothing. And most of the time, Corvus will not be cycling his, marks anyway. So this card is, bad, worthless as a matter of fact. So here's the thing. It's a good loadout that he's running because you need Grand Design at 5 if your allies don't have built-in Life Rip, because it's not going to be affected by diminishing returns, and every little bit helps. If you do the math on it, it's not much, but still, you're playing Corvus as a support. This makes sure that they stay in the fight. It's a good thing to have. And then you have the other thing, which is maybe they saw this loadout and this is a default loadout, a really bad one. This is maybe the default one for Solar Blessing, I think. I'm not sure if it's the Cherish one. And they thought, oh, maybe Fury is not gonna heal, so I better do that instead. Could be. Now, here's the thing about Maldamba, just so that we would be clear. You never want to run Maldamba in Ranked, and if you do, notice his items, when the gameplay starts. See how he's going to switch to Deft Hands because he's being bugged by the enemy flankers. Who, Maldamba has a stun. He's supposed to scare the enemy flankers away, right? With the stun. If they're stunned, they're dead because it's not going to be just Maldamba shooting at them. There's also going to be Victor in the backline. And here's the thing. If you like that playstyle, run this at 5 points, not at 4 points. And only by Chronos 1. On Chronos 1, yes, you do heal each 2.7 seconds if you don't miss, but if you miss, it's on a 0.2 second cooldown. And then the only thing you're missing on by not buying Chronos 2 and 3 is 1.5 seconds on your Gourd and 0.6 seconds on your Mending Spirits. Now here's the thing. Chronos 2 and 3 cost 1500 credits. Deft Hands 1, 2, and 3 costs 1500 credits, the same amount. See what I'm talking about? Chronos 1, Deft Hands 3, or Chronos 3. That's your options. And then you buy Nimble, because Nimble on Maldamba is good. Or, just don't pick Maldamba. Pick Ying if you want to heal for greater numbers. But here's the thing. If you ask any pro that plays Maldamba, they'll tell you no. You're supposed to buy Chronos all the way, and then nimble all the way, and finally deft hands. Because in which world does a high elo player not protect their support? You're not supposed to be dishing out stuns all the time anyway, even if you have deft hands 3, because you don't deal damage with those stuns, and you only stun once every 3 seconds. There is an internal cooldown on it, so getting deft hand 3 and keeping on reloading isn't gonna do anything for you. That's why a pro will tell you, no, deft hands is not even needed. All you need to do is focus on your healing because you're playing solo support Maldamba, which is kind of a bad decision in the first place. Now, there is something that I must tell you here. You don't run double flankers at lower elo. You know, if you ever got invited by a new player, or for some reason you're smurfing, which is kind of dumb in this game, you will notice everyone picking like 1 tank, 1 support, and 3 damagers, like a flanker and 2 damage, or 2 flankers and 1 damage, or even 3 flankers. That's dumb. That just doesn't work. This is a high elo game, and things at high elo are different. Way, way too different. Like, for example, you know, this is a double support composition. With the enemy Eevee having 1800 HP, how is she supposed to flank the backline supports? How is Khan supposed to even help her with that, given that an Eevee cannot make use of Khan himself as a shield, you know? Now, I want you to look at the compositions here. By the way, double flankers does not work in lower elo. Don't try it. It just does not work. Please, lower elo people, if you want to get out of there, if you want to climb out, run 1 flanker, 1 damage, 1 support, 1 off tank, and 1 tank, you know, the point tank. That's the standard composition, and it is the best one at lower elo. One more thing here. How do you expect Eevee, no matter how skilled she is, to flank both Corvus and Furia, who will be all the time together in the back line? Furia has a stun, Corvus has a slow that deals 400 damage as well. So how do you even do that? You can't do it alone, and Khan's not gonna be helping here. Maldamba, you know, him being picked means that the Gord's gonna be on the point most of the time, so that Terminus can stay alive. But that's not gonna work. If you see a composition like this, an invasion, a backline invasion is what you do. You stack up all together because the only area of effect damage they have is Furia's stun, which you can dodge on this map because there are multiple entrances. What I'm saying here is, take Terminus off the point, let him go with you, and tank the damage while your team wipes out the other team's backline, and then you try your hardest to spawn camp them. Don't think that just sitting on the point is gonna let you win. Go ahead and leave the enemy to capture completely up to the 99% point, and then when you've wiped them all out, send your team to spawn camp them while you sit on the point and capture it. If you're successful with that, or if the enemy is dumb enough not to wait for their entire team to have spawned, you will win that point. Do an invasion, try it out. Now, I'm not gonna be commentating on the gameplay at all, so I guess this is it. See you soon.
First blood. Keep up the good work. First blood. Enemy double kill. save you from yourself. Enemy double kill. Triple kill. Enemy triple kill.
Don't get a sword, too.
Need a healthy potion.
30 seconds remaining.
Let's go!
Show them no mercy.
15 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime.
My pop!
Enemy killing spree. Capture point spawning in 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enemy rampage.
Incinerate them. Strike now, friends.
Overtime.
Stay blessed.
Defend. Push the payload, peasants. An enemy is unstoppable. Enemy double kill. God. Let me save you from yourself. Killing spree.
Thanks.
30 seconds remaining. Enemy double kill. 15 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Died. How many lives do I have?
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Purify.
Enemy rampage. Enemy double kill. Enemy killing spree. Save you from yourself.
The king is up.
Barrage incoming!
Strike now, friend.
Enemy killing spree. Enemy double kill.
Incinerate them.